Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, spicy dice enthusiasts. My name is Zach. I'll be your host. This is a new channel that we're putting together to kind of get some more old world content out into the ether. I thought, what better way with the start of LVO to go ahead and talk through some of the interesting lists. I have a few friends that are out there playing. Round one is underway. Pairings are out. So I figured I'd just kind of pull off some lists that I thought were pretty solid, pretty interesting. I didn't dive too deep into the missions or really the comp or kind of what's going on. I just looked at the list and said, "Wow, that's probably pretty strong." A couple were interesting, so I thought I'd just kind of chat about them. I kind of am going to break this up into three sections. A little bit of Ravening Hordes, a little bit of Forces of Fantasy, and then probably wrapping it up with Legacy. I will say that I think out of all the lists that were submitted, this is kind of the breakdown of what's going on. No lizardmen, no demons, a little bit of Skaven and Wood Elves, some of the underrepresented factions you can clearly see. And then you get the big boy powerhouses up here at the top. Kind of the breakdown, I think it was like around 33 Ravening Hordes were submitted, maybe 25, 26 Fantasy, and maybe only 10 Legacy. So we're going to get started today with the Ravening Hordes. Kind of in no particular order, just kind of grouped some of the factions together. I want to start off with Scott Dillon's Tomb King list, named the Dusty Boys. When I was looking at this list, I picked up right away that he's like Kemrian War Sphinx. Got a Tomb King on a Kemrian War Sphinx. Level 4 on a Bone Dragon. Once I saw those two, I immediately scrolled down to the bottom and said, how many Necro Sphinxes do we got? Two. So I'm immediately thinking of the man, the myth, the legend, the villain, Phil Carl himself, how he usually will run two dragons and two Necro Sphinxes. Um, this is a similar style list. A little bit different on the core section with Skeleton Warriors, and then some skirmishers just to fill out the minimum core requirement. Always got to bring some Tomb Scorpions. Love them. Nice and cheap with their Monster Slayer capacity. And I see this and I'm thinking, okay, we got a solid Monster Mash. I mean, everything does come down to player skill, mission, all that good stuff. But when I see this, I'm like, okay, somebody wants to go in there and do D3 plus 2 stomps on a lot of people. We'll score with Necrosphinxes. So, Scott Dillon, I wish you the best of luck with your Dusty Boys. Oh, yeah. Okay, so moving over to the Orcs and Goblins, Stuart Roud. Um, First thing I look at when I see an Orcs and Goblin list is I do try to look at how many Fanatics are coming. I see 3, 6, 9 Fanatics. So, all right, this one's gonna be out there spinning around, doing tons of AP to units as they pop through. It looks like 2 level 4s. I see Battle, and I see Wa Magic. Um, Itchy Nuisance is a fantastic spell for the Orcs and Goblin lore when you pair it up with things like Fanatics or even some poison shooting. Um, Fireballs even become pretty deadly when people are minus toughness and everything gets a little bit extra AP. Moving down to the special side, I do love the Squig Hoppers and skipping ahead to rare, I see Mangler Squigs here. I do love those units. The random movement is just, it adds a little bit of flavor to it, and people don't get charge reactions. Big thing when you're trying to play any kind of shooting army. Just no counter charge, no standard shoot. You just hop on in there. Um, River Troll and Stone Trolls. I've only played against these a few times, but they're pretty durable. 3 of them for 150-ish on average. Yeah, nice little filler, little roadblocks. I do see a giant in here too. Okay, so I see some big beefy type of units. Some random movement with the squigs, and then of course fanatics to tie things up with magic support. I think this is a well-rounded orcs and goblin list. No artillery, no long-range shooting, but that's okay. Fanatics will do enough. So Stuart, best of luck to you as well. Moving on to Beastman, um, Matt Kale. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but please bear with me on some of that stuff. Beastman. Okay, so eyes immediately go to how many level 4s are coming in Beastman Army, because how many Vile Tides are going to get brought. Though that is a fantastic spell, especially in this kind of environment where there is a tons of Warriors of Chaos, Bretonians, a little bit of High Elves, things like that. That Vile Tide is going to chew through a lot of good stuff there. So I see 2 level 4s here, both of Elementalism. So we are looking to get maybe some Plague of Rust and some Wind Blasts off. Teleportation, always a fun one. Those are on Chariots, I believe. Yes, Tuskor Chariots, both of them. Solid, adds some wounds. 360 firing, good stuff. Core, I see minimum core, a lot of little Razor Gores, and a few Chariots. These are just great for the point values. Just nice and cheap, single units. Takes a lot to kind of just slowly grind through all this good stuff. Chaos and Beastmen can't leave home without their Dragon Ogres. 3 units of 3, that is a lot of beef to chew through. 4 wounds apiece, I think T4. Great weapons. You get in touch with them, you're gonna have a tough time. And then, speaking of random movers, brought 2 gigantic spawns of chaos. I believe these are the 3d6 random movers of the chaos variety or the Beastman variety. Um, Nurgle, I think that gives them a regen. Gigantic spawn of Nurgle. I should know better. I think that gives them a 5-up regen. 5-up armor, 5-up regen. Ton of toughness, ton of wounds. It takes a while to get through. This is a solid Beastman list. I'd be hard pressed to come away with a solid victory versus this one. This one's gonna catch some people off guard. Good luck, Matt. Miles O'Neill. Moving over to the Warriors of Chaos side of things. I have 3 Warriors of Chaos lists here kind of pulled out. Generally, when you see a Warriors of Chaos list, the what do you call it? The cookie cutter kind of thing is you got a Glord on a dragon, you got a sorcerer on some kind of mount that'll go with maybe some marauders, some Forsaken, some knights, and the rare section is kind of a little bit different across the board. So I'm not going to talk about the characters too much, but these next 3 chaos lists, I'm assuming, have dragon, sorcerer. I will say with the Infernal Puppet, that is a staple also, making people have a lot harder time casting. MR2 on your dragon, and Elviron always strikes last. So it is just a solid combo for those 2 characters. So Miles in core with minimum core took a nice block of 17 warriors. This sorcerer is on a steed, so it's not going to be with those warriors more than likely. It'll probably be with some of these marauder horsemen. Some chaff warhounds. But yeah, solid core. Special. So some chosen knights. Okay, so we're going with the chosen knights. Those are, I believe they're 2-up and pretty scary. Nice drilled countercharge kind of knights. So the rare side of things, we have a gigantic spawn of Chaos of Nurgle, so 5-up armor, 5-up regen, and a Gore Beast Chariot. So this is where probably it differs from most of the other lists, is the rare side of things. So solid list there, Miles. Anthony Henry, also Warriors of Chaos, Lord, Sorcerer. Oh, this Sorcerer's on a flying carpet, so cannot join units, will be zipping around. Knights, Warriors, 2 units of Forsaken for core. Not minimum core. I actually went over the limit on that one, so that's, it's refreshing to see. 3 Dragon Ogres. Love them. Chaos Spawn of Nurgle. Okay. This is a chaos list. And the last one, Travis Kroom, Lord on a Dragon. Sorcerer Lord on a demonic mount. So this one adds, I think it's a wound. Maybe it's a toughness. It only adds one of these things. It makes their sorcerer a little bit more beefy. No Lord Familiar, actually. Went with the Spell Familiar and Battle Magic. Again, Knights, some Chaff, some Forsaken and Core. Dragon Ogres here. But decided to mix it up and went with Chaos Ogres. You don't really see Chaos Ogres too often. Definitely cheaper than the Dragon Ogres. Mark of Corn, great weapons. Maybe they have some really well painted Chaos Ogres that they wanted to show off. I'm okay with it. and always gigantic spawn of chaos and rare. Okay. So we have three different styles of chaos there. With still took your lord and a sorcerer, still took your sorcerer lord. Sorry, chaos lord and a dragon, sorcerer lord is mounted in different ways, a little bit different on the item choices. But that is basically for the ravening horde side of things. These are some of the stronger on paper type of lists. We have a lot of warriors of chaos, a couple beastman armies with level fours, and a fun orc and goblin list with fanatics. And then a Monster Mash of Tomb Kings. So I just went ahead and out of the 33 type of Ravening Horde list, just went ahead and grabbed 5 or 6 of them. Wanted to just talk about those real fast, get you guys a taste of what's to come. I'm gonna have some more guests coming on for some of the other sections. Some more Forces of Fantasy players are gonna join me to kind of go over some of that stuff. But for the channel in the future, we're looking to put some battle reports on here, showcasing some of the armies that we like to bring out to events, and just yeah, keep talking about the old world. All right, until next time, have a good one.